Hey everyone, you're here with Dr. Python JavaScript, also known as Dr. Full Stack, and a lot of my friends have been asking me to go ahead and show them how to run a Docker instance of MySQL Server so that they can connect to Workbench and access the ports that must be exposed within the daemon within this MySQL Server instance. So I'll try to make this super quick to the point and show you where a lot of people make mistakes, because there aren't really that many good tutorials out there. So the first thing you want to do is go ahead and run this command, and also make sure you have Docker installed. I hope I don't have to tell you that. So Docker run, and then you'll do -p, right? That's going to stand for the port. So the port, I'm going to go ahead and allocate that for 09 right now, but I'm going to go ahead and have to map that to 3306, because that's the default port that's given to us within Docker for the MySQL Server instance. So now you can do --name and go ahead and name your MySQL instance. I'll name it subscribe, because that's what I want you all to do right now. So subscribe, and then I'll just put -MySQL. Why not, right? At this point, it is not done. You want to say -e, and you're going to put in capital letters MySQL _ root _ password. Alright, so you're going to go ahead and set that to anything you want. I'm just going to say my -secret -pw, and you're still not done. So you want to do detached, right, so that this can run in the background. That -d just stands for daemon. So we're going to go ahead and say MySQL, and this is where we're actually going to get the SQL Server instance, because at the end of the day, we cannot access that database without a server. So we're going to get the image for that server, the public image. And what do you think we're going to write here? That's right, MySQL -server. At this point, you can put a bunch of different versions. I'll just put 5.7 just so I can hurry up and get through this. Press enter. So that right there is the image ID that they gave me. If I were to go ahead and say Docker images, then you'll see a bunch of my Docker images, including that MySQL Server instance. So now at this point, let's go ahead and say CLS, and I'll say I want to see which processes are running, right? Great. So once you see healthy, that's the type of connection you want. At this point, you want to go ahead and utilize the command tool or the client tool that's within our instance. So we'll say docker exec -it. Then you'll say, well, that was for my last one. What I'll do for this one is I'll say, what was the name that I created a few seconds ago? Subscribe, right? I hope you guys did that by now. Subscribe -MySQL, and guess what we're going to put here? That's right. So you're going to go ahead and say bash, because that's the terminal we want. Now that we have the terminal, we can do a lot more stuff. I'll say MySQL, and I'll say -uroot, then I'll say -p, and that's lowercase, stands for ports, and then we'll say -a, and that's going to be capital, right? So at this point, it's going to want us to put in the password that we had earlier. Again, I told you that for me, I set my password to my -secret -password. Awesome. So now that I'm in there like swimwear, what I want to do is go ahead and run a query. enter a command, SQL command. So I'll say select user underscore comma host, and then from, at this point, say mysql dot user. Okay, and remember, we have to end all SQL statements with that, or we will get an error. Great, this is when you know you're doing good stuff. At this point, we're getting this little virtual table here. What we want to do is change that root user to have a value equal to the percentage and not localhost, because that's going to give us a headache later on. So how do we do that? We literally just say update mysql.user, and then you're going to set, right, host. I'm going to set that equal to that parenthesis. I said parenthesis, I meant percentage. Right, so we'll say where, I'll try to stay consistent, user equals, and we'll say root. Of course, do not forget, we have to put that in there, and we're going to go ahead and press enter. So we should have seen that change, and at this point, you guessed it, we are done. Let's go ahead and test that out in the actual Workbench. I'm going to tell my friends to finally upload the video because they've been really killing me. Alright, so here, I'm going to go ahead and let you see this more clearly. So let's create a new connection. I'll say subscribe to DocFullStack on YouTube. Hope you guys did that already. And of course I spelled subscribe wrong, right? Subscribe. Awesome. So at this point, we want to change this to the one that we created. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was 9, but let me quadruple check by just going back to my CI really quickly. And alright, let me quit out of here. Forgot to do that earlier. Alright, I'm going to say exit. Okay, so let's see. Right, so it was 9. Okay, awesome. So at this point, we want to put our password that we had. So that was my secret PW. We're going to test the connection. That did not go through. So let's just make sure I have everything the way it should be. Let's see, what could be the issue here? Right, so this host, that's fine. Root is fine. I may have typed the password wrong, so let me double check that. Okay, so let's see. Pretty sure this is alright. Interestingly enough, it still didn't give me the access, so give me 1 second. Root is definitely user. Okay, so my secret Interesting. So let me go back over here. Okay, I didn't flush the changes. Right. I need to flush the changes. Alright, so if you guys ever get an error, I'm going to show you guys the reason why. So let's get back into the actual bash, right? And we want to go ahead and flush those privileges. So let's see. Okay, so then this should have been done in actual SQL. So I'm going to go ahead and say okay. Alright, we're in SQL. So I'm just going to quickly say flush privileges because I guess I didn't do that last time. I'm not privileged, so probably pretty bad at spelling it as well, alright? So let me go ahead and put this here. Okay, 0 rows affected, which means nothing happened. Let me just double check by seeing if we can see this again. And then let me flush the privileges. Now let me try to bring up that table. Excellent. So in this situation, let me just quit, and I'll quit again. Oh, exit, and let's head back to Workbench, and hopefully it works this time. Okay, so I want you guys to be able to see everything at this point. Let me put the terminal on one side and Workbench on the other so that you all can see everything. Okay. Alright, so at this point, I'm going to let you guys see the screen. I know this is usually taboo, but I trust you all. So yeah, let's try that again because I, for the life of me, couldn't figure out what was going on. So let's test the connection. Yay! It works now. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry that took a little longer than it should have, but as long as we were able to do it, all right? I hope you guys subscribe. I'm going to show you guys how to work with Docker Compose in my next video, and that's going to be super exciting.